GamesCom opening night live just happened yesterday, and it wasn't a great show, to be honest. Like, I feel like the show started off really strong, but then, like, after the first half an hour, really fizzled out and really dragged for the rest of the show, in my personal opinion. But even with the show dragging, there were still some really cool announcements and things shown off at the show. So, I'm going to be talking about 10 of the most hyped game announcements, reveals, discussions, all of that. I'm going to be going into all of that today, so if you enjoy this video, definitely subscribe, all that stuff down below, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload videos. And I'm going to be going to PAX West next week, so if there's any games that you're excited for that are going to be at PAX West, definitely stay tuned. I will be covering a lot of games on this channel after I come back from PAX West. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Firstly, we got the announcement of a new Borderlands game, Borderlands 4. Now, honestly, I haven't really played too much of the Borderlands games. I started to play a little bit into the first one, and it did seem really fun, and I do have a friend who is really a big fan of this series, so that's kind of the main reason I'm including this on the list, because he really likes the series so much, and it's really cool to see a fourth one. I think Borderlands 3 came out quite a while ago, so it's nice to see a new Borderlands game come out, and I know the movie didn't do so hot, so hopefully this game kind of picks up the slack from where the movie failed and brings Borderlands fans back into a state of happiness. So, very excited to see how that turns out. So this next point actually wasn't part of the actual opening night live, but was actually uploaded alongside the presentation, but wasn't part of it. And that is, Supermassive Games have finally revealed more information about Directive 8020, the next game in the Dark Pictures anthology. Unfortunately, still not much is known about the game. We see one of the main characters at least, and we kind of see what the main thing about this game is going to be. It's going to take place in some sort of space station, and there's going to be a monster of some sort that seems to take on the form of the main characters, and you have to fight them. I'm really excited to see what this game's all about. Looking from like the 10, not even seconds of gameplay that we get to see, it does look to take a little bit of a different approach from the past games, and this one definitely dives a little more into the horror, which I'm really excited for. Not that the other Dark Pictures games didn't experiment with horror. I mean, like Little Hope definitely did. But this one definitely dives a little more into sci-fi horror, so I'm really excited to see their take on it, and I'm really excited for the game to come out next year. And since the last Dark Pictures anthology game came out 2 years ago now, I really hope they spent these past 2 years really working on this one and making this the most polished out of the whole entire anthology. And it will start season 2 of the anthology, so cannot wait to see more. Now, I'm not a big Call of Duty guy, I'll be completely honest. I played a lot of them back on like the 360, you know, for Call of Duty Zombies, that was kind of more so my jam. But, I will be honest, looking at the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 campaign, God, we have freaking 6 Black Ops games now, Jesus Christ. But, it looks really cool. I think it looks very fun, very unique. I've only played a handful of Call of Duty campaigns, so I can't really say how much different this one is from past entries, but I think it does look like some solid fun. And I mean, if the Zombies is as good as it was in the past, then maybe I'll give this one a shot, and I think it would be really fun to play some Zombies with my friend David, who also, you know, like I said earlier, is a big fan of Borderlands, and yeah, it'd be really cool to play some Call of Duty in 2024. It's been a while for me. I don't know how popular it still is nowadays, but it would be really cool to get another one that I really like. This next one is actually really exciting for me because of the fact that I really love the original Dying Light. I started playing Dying Light 2, and not that I couldn't get into it, but I don't know, I just didn't get as invested into it as I did the first Dying Light game. Mostly because I actually really did like the main character of the original game named Kyle Crane. So Techland decided, you know what? We will bring Kyle Crane back in a kind of new Dying Light game. I think this was meant to be kind of DLC for Dying Light 2, but it ended up being more of an expansion. So if you have Dying Light 2, you will get this game, Dying Light The Beast, I believe it was called, for free. You will get it completely free if you have Dying Light 2. But I'm sure, like, you know, you could buy it, you know, standalone as well if you don't have Dying Light 2 or whatever. But it follows Kyle Crane through some new adventures in a new landscape, and honestly, I will probably give this a play. I really liked Kyle Crane. He was a very likable protagonist in the original Dying Light. He wasn't anything super crazy, but he was a likable enough guy. And I think being able to play as him again will be super fun. Roger Craig Smith returns as Kyle Crane, so really excited to see how he does here, and I hope to get to play it soon. I don't remember the release date on this one if we got one, but really exciting stuff here. Alright, this one is just weird, and I'm really excited for it, and that is King of Meat. This one is a sort of multiplayer co-op dungeon builder-esque game where it looks like you can build dungeons and you can, I'm assuming, share them online and fight through them with your friends. Think of something like Super Mario Maker where you can make your own levels, but more so something like Fall Guys where you have to go through it with a bunch of friends, but it's more cooperative than competitive. That's kind of the general gist I got from this trailer. It looks really fun, it looks really cool. I don't remember the release date on this one either, but it is coming out on the Nintendo Switch as well. So you're able to play it on all modern platforms as well as the Nintendo Switch. So for those of you on my channel, obviously, who like the Nintendo Switch, this one will be playable for you. So really cool stuff. Next up, Don't Nod. The original developers of Life is Strange are back with a new game. Now, this game was announced before, but we got more information for it here, and it is called Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Now, there's still not too much that we know about this game. They showed very minimal stuff, but it has that typical Don't Nod style from, you know, Life is Strange that we really like. There's even some little Life is Strange Easter eggs in the trailer that I noticed, and it's just looking really good. There's a segment where it looks like you play in first person, which I'm not really a fan of. I prefer these kinds of games to be third person so that you can see the character you're controlling. But this game does look really good. The one thing though, the main characters, I'm not warming up to them quite yet. They don't seem overly interesting to me quite yet, so I really hope that we see more of them, learn a little bit more about their personalities, and just kind of get to know them a little bit better, so I can warm up to them a little bit before the game comes out. But either way, the game is actually coming out in 2 different parts, which I typically really don't like that. They did this obviously with the original Life is Strange, and I believe Life is Strange 2 as well, where they released different chapters, but this one only has 2 chapters, so 2 halves that are coming out. The first half is coming out, I think, like February 18th or something like that, and then the second half is coming out like a month later on like March 18th or something like that. So yes, this game did get delayed. It was supposed to come out this year, but because of Life is Strange Double Exposure, they delayed this game to give Life is Strange some room to breathe. So it really is cool to, you know, see them kind of cooperating, working together like that, and not releasing these games around the same time, because they know that there are fans of both Life is Strange and what Don't Nod are doing now. So yes, very excited to see this game, and I really hope it ends up being as good as like the original Life is Strange. I'll be honest, I've never heard of the original game in this series, but this one actually looks kind of cool. No More Room in Hell 2 looks to be this cooperative zombie game that kind of reminds me of a little bit of like Left 4 Dead, but not really. Like, it has the Left 4 Dead kind of vibes of like co-op, shooting some zombies, but it looks to be a little bit more different than that. It seems to be an 8-player multiplayer game where your objective is to obviously kill zombies, progress through a level, all that kind of jazz. Again, I don't really know the specifics of this one. I'll have to look into it a little bit more, but it does seem to look like a really fun one, and I probably should give this one a shot. Maybe I'll look into the first game and give that a shot, see if I like it, but this one definitely did look cool. This definitely is a smaller title, you know, nothing too big or too crazy, but it does look fun. It does look pretty spooky and cool. I don't know, again, about the release date on this one, but if there is a release date, obviously it'll be on screen, whatever, but it does look cool. Looking forward to it. Next up, the developers behind the original Little Nightmares games are making a somewhat spiritual successor to it called Reanimal, which is about 2 orphans that are running through this spooky adventures. It is very Little Nightmares-esque. I mean, it's basically like a new Little Nightmares game without being a Little Nightmares game. looks really cool. Again, I don't remember the release date of it. I'm sorry, I didn't get all this information down. I really should have. But the game looks really, really cool. I do love the visual style of it. I love the animations. Everything just looks spooky and creepy. I really need to devote a little more time to the Little Nightmares games, and hopefully I really end up liking this one as well. Speaking of Little Nightmares 3. I mean, this game did get announced. We did know of its existence. Little Nightmares 3 looks very cool. Again, that kind of really cool art style that I really like. Very spooky, very cool animations. Again, not too much to say, but it is looking really cool. Cannot wait to see a little bit more of it. Lastly, but surely not least, Indiana Jones. Now, I'm not the biggest Indiana Jones fan, I'll openly admit, but I do love me some 3D adventure-y, exploration, puzzly kind of games, and this game does seem to have it in spades. It honestly looks really freaking cool. I can't wait to give it a shot. It comes out on the Xbox Series set of consoles in, I believe, December, like December 6th or 8th or 10th or something like that. But then it also got announced to also be coming out on PlayStation, on the PlayStation 5, sometime in like February, I think, of next year. So it's not going to be an Xbox exclusive, which I believe it was meant to be, but isn't now, so don't know. But it is looking really, really cool, and I cannot wait to give it a play. So there you have it, guys. That is the stuff from Gamescom that really captured my eye. Obviously, as you could tell from the lack of real depth about me talking about any of these games, there really wasn't much for me to feast on with this. There really wasn't that much information to gain from this presentation. It was just kind of an okay presentation. I mean, no, it really wasn't. It was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Not really too much there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully there was something that you guys found interesting from the presentation, or at least from this video. What did you guys like from it? Is there anything from this video that you're interested in? Let me know down in the comments down below. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. And hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload videos. And again, like I put a little disclaimer in the beginning of the video. Sorry if I sounded a little bit off in this video. I'm recovering from being sick. So, yay, good fun. So, till next time, you guys. I'll see you all in the next video.